Hello, I'm Antonio Mora. This is the newsandnews.com Day in Brief. Today's top stories in 4 minutes. It's Wednesday, August 1st at 7 p.m. Richard Nixon must have been rolling over in his grave today like on few other days. The current president got the day off to a roaring start by tweeting, quote, "Attorney General Jeff Sessions should stop this rigged witch hunt right now." Trump then accused Special Counsel Mueller and his staff of conflicts of interest, saying they are a disgrace to the country. The howls of obstruction of justice that followed from the Democratic side of the aisle on Capitol Hill and from the west side of Manhattan were loud enough that I could hear them down here in Miami. But the criticism was bipartisan. Republican Senator Susan Collins firmly said it was inappropriate for Trump to comment on an ongoing investigation. Trump lawyers Jay Sekulow and Rudy Giuliani quickly tried to walk back the tweet, saying it just expressed Trump's opinion. And Giuliani went further, saying Mueller should put up or shut up. At a now rare White House press briefing, Sarah Sanders insisted Trump was just fighting back and expressing his frustration with the Mueller probe. She was asked how she could know when the president is issuing a directive or stating an opinion. Sanders said Trump always makes himself clear. What is clear is that Trump doesn't care about traditions, being presidential, or political niceties. What he cares about is public opinion, specifically that of his base. And just as he joked he could shoot someone in the middle of Fifth Avenue and not lose voters, he probably won't face consequences here. In part, that's because his tweet will be nothing more than the usual sound and fury in D.C. that signifies nothing. Why? Because I can't imagine that even Trump, in all his boldness, would follow the example of the Saturday Night Massacre and put his name next to Nixon's in the history books. Separately, negotiations over a Trump interview with Mueller are continuing, with Mueller reportedly agreeing to cut the number of questions he plans to ask Trump and to accept some answers in writing. But Mueller wants to ask about obstruction of justice, not only about collusion with Russia, as requested by Trump's camp. Giuliani again said he thinks that the interview should be a no-go. In our daily alternate universes segment, the great divide between conservative and liberal media could not have been wider this afternoon at 4 o'clock on the cable networks. MSNBC and CNN salivated in full outrage TV mode. They called Trump's tweet an order, with MSNBC's Nicole Wallace as judge, jury, and executioner, saying Trump, quote, appears to be obstructing justice in plain sight because he thinks he can survive the politics of impeachment. She went on to say the tweet will be a smoking gun as Mueller attempts to stitch together an obstruction case against Trump. The alternate reality at Fox gave full credit to the argument that the tweet was just Trump's opinion. In fact, the second question asked of the pundit analyzing the story was about how Hillary Clinton should be investigated. I kid you not. Fox quickly moved on to talk about how the Trump economy is fantastic. And you wonder why Americans can't even agree on whether it's sunny or rainy outside. Trump's economy does seem to be booming, as Mark Zandi, the chief economist at Moody's Analytics, said today. The private sector added 219,000 jobs in July. That's significantly more than expected. Trump blasted the Obama administration for not warning him that Paul Manafort was being investigated in 2016. And meanwhile, on the second day of Manafort's trial, the judge rebuked prosecutors for repeatedly focusing on Manafort's lavish spending. And the strategy of Manafort's lawyers seems to be to blame everything on his former associate Rick Gates, who has reached a plea deal with prosecutors. And CNN is reporting something that would have been unthinkable even before 9/11. The TSA is apparently considering eliminating passenger screening at 150 small and medium-sized airports. You can find all those stories and much more updated around the clock 7 days a week on newsandnews.com, where you will find all you need to know in one place. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel by clicking on the right of your screen just below this video, and please follow us on Facebook at Real News and News, or follow me on Twitter at AMoraTV. I'll see you again tomorrow.